929. The days are known by his progress.
It's your girl, Michelle D.I., Mrs. Divine Intervention herself. To all my helper bees out there, you know who you are. Those that are always helping everyone else and neglecting yourself. Yes, boo, look in the mirror. I'm talking to you. Here to let you know God has not forgotten about you. I've been sent on divine assignment. It's time for Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free. That means 30 minutes for your mind, your body, spirit, and emotions. And don't act like you don't have time. You have time for everyone and everything else. Sit back and relax because if you're here, that means this show is for you or it's for someone you know. But most likely, it's for both of y'all. Deep breaths, love. Let's go. Hey family, hey family, hey family. It is your girl. Michelle Allen Franklin. Yes, honey. Mrs. Michelle D.I. Why? You know, boo, for divine intervention. There are no coincidences in this world. Only God's divine intervention in our lives. And Mrs. Community Builder, why? You know your girl's gonna give you the good information, boo. The things you need for your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotion. I heard somebody say, wait a minute, it's not 1 o'clock. It's Monday. But it's not 1 o'clock yet. Yes. Well, guess what? Your girl is taking over. Yeah, the Sharon with Sharon show. I'm here early. Taking over the Sharon with Sharon show today. Last week, I know you heard because y'all are faithful listeners. Y'all heard the amazing giveaway that they had last week. I said, man, I want some stuff. They had some they had some good stuff they were giving away last week at the Sharon with Sharon show. She extended and needed an hour last week, and in return, she gave me her hour. So that's why your girl is here early. Yeah, I thought that'd be nice to give her that time and then get some time back for me. That's awesome. I love. Let me just put a penny in this really quickly and give a shout out. Today's show, we're going to be talking about some things that you are grateful for, and we're doing something a little different today. I want y'all to call into the studio today. I know let's yeah, I know I don't normally take calls. I know. Yeah, but I'm taking calls today. I want you to call into the show today. Why? All year, and especially these last 6 months, we've been on our self-love journey. And I want you to call in and tell your girl, what have you let go this in 2025? What's not coming with you? In 2026, while you've been on that our love healing journey. What you gonna leave in 2025? Yeah, and I want to know what you're grateful for this season. You can answer either one or you can answer both. Call in 903-526-1330. That's what we're doing today. I'm going to take some calls. Um, I'm going to tell y'all what I'm grateful for. Yesterday, my church family, the youth department of the Church of the Living God. Tyler, we call it the Palace. We call it the Palace. Yeah, we had our youth department had a surprise gift for our pastor yesterday. It was Mary, Mother of the Messiah. And oh my goodness, when I tell you these babies showed up and showed out, I had my baby girl here, Marley.
Hi.
Push your mic up a little bit closer so the people can hear you.
Hi.
Yeah, my baby girl Marley is with me in the studio today. I'm so excited. I'm grateful for her. She was the angel yesterday in the play. Marley, tell me a little bit about the play and how you feel about it. What happened?
It was really good. I was really shiny. And so I basically told Mary, I said, you're pregnant. And this is not going to happen. And it was great. We did really good.
Speak into the mic.
We only had like a week, 3 weeks
We
to do
had
it.
3 weeks. Yes.
And it turned out pretty wonderful.
It was wonderful. So this is the story I want to tell you. So this is why your girl is sitting in a place of gratefulness. So my pastor, we love her, Pastor Deborah Hopes. She, we said, what y'all doing this year? Christmas speeches. You know how you feel people's vibes. She had a look. You know what I mean? You know, she kind of had a look. Bishop, she had a look to her, and she didn't look excited about these Christmas speeches. She kind of did the, you know. And so I felt that. You know, your girl is empathic. I felt it. And so I said, well, she just so happened to have been sick that week. And so I said, well, babies, Pastor really don't want to do speeches. So I felt that in the spirit. Do y'all want to do something different?
Nope.
Well, and the kids they want to just do Christmas speeches, right? Yeah. What'd you say, Marley?
No speeches.
No
No more.
speeches. No speeches. And so I said, okay. And one of the beautiful spirits, Brianna, she has grown up in the church. She is a young adult now. They had just watched on Netflix Mary, Mother of the Messiah. And she said, Miss Michelle, what about this is so good and it's a different, look at everything. I said, oh, that's going to be. She said, go watch it and let me know what you think. Me and Marley went home and watched it that night. And what you remember, Marley?
I was traumatized. It was a good movie, but I was traumatized. I was like,
it was very dramatic. And it takes you back to just think about really how much danger and the spirit of jealousy and how that all takes over. Right. And so I thought, man, that is a different little aspect. And so me, Brianna, Marley, Brianna's little sister Tatum, and Tony, my little cousin, got a little part in there. And we just went back and wrote the story. We only had 3 weeks, so Chat PGT, I call him Chad. Chad helped us out a little bit, gave us a little bit of foundation. I've never written a play before, but we did it. Right? I did it. Got the foundation. The babies helped me. And the play was amazing. And so I want to give a shout out to my cast and crew. So, of course, me, your girl, I was narrating. Brianna sung. What'd she sing, Marty?
Mary, did you know?
Oh, my goodness. And it was amazing. We had our musical narration by Crystal Wynn. That is our musical director. The girls in the nail shop, it was like a little gossiping happening in the towns, that I was married, pregnant, right? And wait a minute, she's not married. What's going on? That was Sanaya and Journey. And Mary was played by Tatum. Tatum did an amazing, she did so good. And then Tony is my little cousin Tony. He was Joseph. And what was so amazing about Tony, y'all, I want to share is that baby he's working a full-time job. He was going to school. He was at one practice. And when I tell you he came in and did it, he studied and did his little line. I said, you gonna be okay? Yes, ma'am. I got it. And it worked out. My beautiful Marley was Angel. Yeah, she was the angel delivering all the good news.
I wrote some of the lines. I wrote my line like 2 days before the performance.
Well, we had some things and we had to change. You know how things come up and we're switching. We only had 3 weeks, so we're switching things and, we think we got it. And nope, we got to turn this around. But it worked out, it worked out. And so the cutest little star that you ever did see was my little baby cousin Golden. So we wrapped his stroller up in gold. My aunt wrapped it up. Shout out to Joyce Allen. She wrapped it up in gold paper. He had his little white tux on and a little star coming out of his stroller. And then my other little cousin, Drea, she pushed the stroller. So here come the star. And we had our 3 wise men. Shout out to Brandon, Elder Crane, and Marcus. They were the 3 wise men that came following the star. And this baby, Tanaya, she just bought the little quietest thing. She just so humble and sweet. A little voice is so just, yes, ma'am. And honey, she played that king. Did she play the King
She
Marley?
played King
She
Herod.
played King Herod, and she wanted them all gone. Destroy him, she said. She did it. She was amazing. And her soldier that was carrying out all the bad things was little baby girl Goldie. And I'm telling you, Goldie was something to see in her little army uniform yesterday. Shout out to the mother, April. She was the scared mothers representing. And then we had, costumes and things. So shout out to and my aunt Joyce. That's my country, my Aunt Joyce. And Michelle for their contributions. And then we had our stage manager and our assistants that had to let us in the church so we can sneak and practice because we were being sneaky trying to hide it from pastor. So we had Yura, my Uncle Herbert Allen, and Ricky Allen. Shout out to the cast and the crew. Did you hear about Mary yesterday? Was just amazing. Had me in tears yesterday. I had to pull it back together. You know how you get so emotional about things.
Just looked over and she was sobbing. I was like, "You okay?"
They were tears of joy. They were definitely tears of joy. I do want to take some calls today. If anybody is available, anybody want to call in, and the number is 903-526-1330. We are talking today about gratefulness. What is something you're going to let go, Bishop? What you letting go and leaving in 2025?
I really haven't given it that much thought, but since you asked me the question,
Yeah.
I am a helper of people when I can.
Yes.
And a friend of mine says, when helping you is hurting me,
Yes.
then that's not helping at all.
That's right.
So I have to become aware of that fine line.
Yes. Yes.
When I have to say no.
Yes.
So I'm learning to say no more emphatically.
Yes.
And not walk back on it.
Baby, that is foundation. Reflections, choosing me guilt-free. You got to do it.
Yeah.
We are helper bees in this world, and we help, to the extent of our detriment, right?
Yeah.
And so that is perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. And it's just called, that's a self-love thing,
It is. And I don't believe God looked down on me for that.
No.
Because I have to help myself first.
That's right.
Before I can help anybody else. So I'm a helper, but I'm learning to say no.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Marley, what you leaving in 2025, girl? What you going to do? What you leaving? Your little young spirit. What you leaving in 2025? What you letting go?
Hopefully stress. I don't know. Hopefully it will be stress. I don't need no more of it. I have a lot of it. I would like to lose it.
I think people don't realize how much these babies are stressed in school. They have all their grades, they have testing. Marley's very involved in theater and different activities. And I love that she is so just in her mind. She is so determined, to be great at kind of everything that she's doing. Even when I'm like, baby, that's too much. And she just, she's going that extra mile. And sometimes I'm like, baby, we don't need the extra mile today because you don't have the energy.
May I ask, is peer pressure stressful?
I would think so.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you have any peer pressure right now?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. She has a really good group of friends.
Okay.
She really does have a really group. She's at Cumberland High School. And I love Cumberland for that. It's a shout out to Cumberland because it really is a nice little group of kids that she, hangs with. They all are really motivated.
Yeah.
And so it is nicer, I think, to not have that extra stress the thing
that
to
makes
go out.
a difference.
It makes a tremendous difference. And so I feel like what your girl is leaving in 2025 is just the thought that I trust God, but not following like the action of it and really feeling it in my spirit and in my heart where I'm, just worrying about things. And I mean, just really letting go and allowing God to be, to just really step into consistency is what I want to do in 2026. I feel like I had periods of time where it's good, and I feel really strong in it. And then there's other times where that worry comes on you.
Yeah. I ask the question sometimes, is trust difficult?
It is. It is. I think that we're in church, right? We know all the stories.
Yeah.
We know the stories, but we'll put it down and then we'll pick it back up
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. And we know that he is God and he will do just what he said he's going to do.
Oh my
But just
goodness.
as you alluded to just now, we'll pray about it.
Yes.
We feel like he's going to do it, but there we go.
There we go.
Messing it up.
Messing it up. Yes. And so definitely. So I feel like, that is what I know for sure I'm going to be very intentional about doing. And I'm going to tell you something that happened, and Marley can co-sign this for me. So working on this play in 3 weeks, right? One, everyone can come to practice, right? So I had practice with this group, practice with this. I'm on the phone. I'm going to this person's house. I mean, it was just piecing it together just so it can come together, right? And so we had our last practice on Saturday, and I wanted to do, I had asked the church if we could just do a surprise dinner, for pastor. I'm thinking these people going to kill me. First off, I'm putting the play together in 3 weeks. And then I got the nerve to come in the next week, which only leave 2 weeks, to do a surprise dinner. I said, oh, they're going to kill me. Nope. Everybody was like, yes, we can do it. We can do it. Okay. I said, we're just going to pitch in. And, my uncle's one of the deacons. He said, as long as you over it, because they said, we're not picking up nothing else. So if you put it together, we'll do it. So just direct us. Yes, sir, I can do that. So the play and the dinner, right? So I'm like, okay, Lord, I know you're going to help me with this. And I'm working full-time nights, 2, 3 in the morning. So your girl was tired. But nevertheless, get to our Saturday practice. This is the final practice. The show is tomorrow. Dinner is tomorrow. I done forgot to get the turkey. Okay? Mm-hmm. I leave practice. I got to be to work at 4:30, Bishop. And I'm thinking I got an hour and a half so I can take me a little nap before. And then I remember that I didn't get the turkey. Okay, no problem. Fresh is on my way home. Okay, I'll stop at Fresh. But Lord, I need a big turkey. I need the biggest ones. I get there. The whole window is full of 9-pounders. It's one 13-pounder waiting for me up in that corner. Come on, Lord, and work it out. I grab the 13-pounder, get to the counter. I'm standing there. I'm so excited. Scan everything. Look at my wallet. No card. Nope. Can you imagine? First, I'm tired now. I done got off work. Now I've been up with these babies. I'm tired. I'm about to lose it. Do you hear me? I'm in my head trying to figure out, first off, I don't even know where my card is to just go grab it real quick. Why isn't it in my wallet? I don't know. And then I'm thinking, how am I going to go find it, come back, and are they going to hold this 13-pounder for me? All of the things. All this is racing through my mind. I'm sitting at them, and all this is happening in a matter of seconds going in your mind, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know where my card is. Only thing I don't know where this woman came from.
Right there, she just popped up behind me.
I am telling you, this lady popped up from nowhere, right?
Yeah, she was.
This lady came up. She had a fresh $100 bill in her hand. Everybody know them 13-pounders is $91. We came up with, right? Yeah, them greenberries went up.
We had drinks with them, so it was like 99 something.
So, but the lady came up, put the $100 bill. Oh, honey. Oh, I've been waiting for somebody to bless this Christmas season. Bishop, I started crying. When I told you, I was so overwhelmed because God has just been, it was that trust. You know what I mean? It was just that message of trust me. I got you. You know what I mean? When I tell you I started bawling, did I, Marley?
Yeah, I looked over, she was ugly.
I did the ugly cry. Right at the register. I couldn't get myself together. And then I turned around and asked the lady, well, I can give you your money back. What's your name? Oh, no, honey. I've been waiting for somebody to bless this season, and just walked away. I said, wait. What's your name at least? Elizabeth. Come on, John, mother. Come on, Angel. I said, not John's mother. Come on, angels. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. I cried all the way to the car, in the car. Then that morning pulling off onto Brown.
We were heading into traffic on a car, and I was like, Ma, you can't be crying while driving.
Look, Molly done took driver's ed, so she's like, Mama, this stuff that you do is not safe. So she be grabbing me, Mama, this is not safe. You gotta stop, pull over, wipe your eyes or something. I'm ugly crying still. It's like, I just can't believe it. I'm talking. God is so good. God
That
is
was so
faithful.
amazing. We entertain angels
Yes.
unaware.
Yes.
Unaware. And God will come to our rescue if we just trust
Yes.
in him.
Yes. I don't know who this is for today, because somebody needs this today, because I'm telling you, I couldn't wait to come on here and share with you. I said, I have to tell this story. Oh my gosh, I was so overwhelmed. And I just started singing. I'll trust in God. Yes. I trust in God. Yes. My Savior is the one. I ain't gonna sing it, girl. I ain't gonna sing it.
But it was such an amazing story. Many of us would have been ashamed to tell that story, that we were embarrassed at the checkout.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I literally, and I think that was what was kind of about to start running through my mind when she walked up.
Yeah.
And then the other part was, I'm thinking, oh, I got to give this lady her money back, or I got to do something, right? We walk out, no sign of her. I mean, like, not in the car. I'm looking down across, nothing. I mean, she literally appeared from nowhere and she was gone.
Wow.
I didn't even see her at the checkout. She had groceries, so she clearly checked out before us. I didn't see her at all.
Right. So, I mean, it was just, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But to say God is still in the miracle working business.
Yeah. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. We're here to help one another.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that was beautiful. It was beautiful. Well, Bishop, it looked like nobody don't want to call me today.
Yeah, to share their stories. It's the spirit of Christmas.
It is. It is. And so we're coming to the end of our first 30 minutes. We were doing a series that we're going to wrap up today in my 1 o'clock hour of Reflections, Choosing Me Guilt-Free. So we're going to go into that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bishop, thank you for joining me today.
Sure.
All right, family. Well, we're going to go into it. Y'all know we have been doing a series. Bishop, thank you again. Marley, thank you for being my special guest today.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
And so we are going to go into the third piece as we wrap up for the year. This year, we have been, again, on our self-love journey. It has been since, August, that we've been on this very intentional self-love journey. So if you have missed any of anything that we've covered this year, but let alone just the self-love journey that we started in August, it is on Reflections, Choosing Me Guilt-Free, the 7-day experience. I said the 7-day experience. Reflections, Choosing Me Guilt-Free. That's a program. I'm sorry. Reflections, Choosing Me Guilt-Free. It's on the YouTube channel. That is Reflections, capital CMGF, all one word. Reflections CMGF at YouTube. And that is where you will go over to the podcast tab. And we on the radio, 1 o'clock, baby, every Monday. We are here on the radio. Y'all know your girl is happy about it. I am blessed and highly favored to be on the radio with you guys every week. Y'all, when your girl ends this show, I was looking at everything. And it's so symbolic that the end of the year that I'm at 40 shows, and think about how many nights did Jesus spend? 40 days. Yes. And I'm at 40 shows. It is, if we just slow down to pay attention, there's a period of time in my life where I talk about it all the time, right? Of that season of depression, and comes in and grabs you. After Big Mama passed, after my stepfather passed, 2015, just spiraling, right? And then it came in waves in this last 10 years. You feel like you are going along and everything is fine, and then something happens, and then you're back down in this valley. And I just want to encourage someone today that the valley moments are going to happen, right? There is nothing in the Bible that says that the valley moments are not going to happen. What it says is that he will be with us, right? I will be with you always. And so that is what we have to remember. And sometimes, like I said, in the trusting of God, you can say that you trust them, but your behaviors, right? And that's what we talk about is reflections, choosing me guilt free is self-reflection. What can I do? It's about not about pointing fingers at anyone else. It is taking accountability, responsibility for your health, for your mind, for your emotional state, right? For your spirit, for your physical state. It is, yeah, all type of things have happened, right? It's all kind of things that have happened. It's all kind of things that we go through. But please know and understand at the end of the day, you are still responsible for you no matter who did what, right? You have a choice. And when I realized in my healing journey that I had to get very intentional about the healing journey, I have a choice. For some of us, like I didn't realize that I had a choice. Like you just feel like you're stuck in that thing, like there are no options, right? You just feel like you're stuck in it, but you're not stuck. You're not locked in this cage, right? The door is open. Jesus came. The blood has been shed. You are not the sacrifice. Might feel like it sometimes. All these wounds and people coming from every which way, stabbing you, friends, backstabbers, the smilers in your face. Yeah, all those people. But nevertheless, please know and understand that no matter what, God is still with you. And that is the biggest gift. Jesus came, right? So that we may have life and that we may have it more abundantly. So I just wanted that was just all in my spirit. It was all in my spirit to share. We are going to wrap up on our last part of this series that we've been doing these past couple of weeks. It is just how to get through the holidays, right? Because everyone is not happy, during the holidays. And it is, dealing with family in different situations as you're trying to heal or as you're trying to go through, you're wondering why, you're feeling some kind of way. It's signs that you're still carrying family wounds. And so we did part one week before last, part two. Oh, it's been 3 weeks back. So because we weren't here last week. Part two, week before last, and then this is part three. And this last part of just healing yourself of those family wounds and what to do. Okay, so let's get on into it. So we covered last time, we started talking about the signs that you're still carrying family wounds, right? Just to acknowledge that you are going through, because sometimes you don't even know that you're there. I know a lot of my healing journey was I didn't even know, right? I didn't know I was had some anger in my spirit, right? I didn't know I was carrying that. You don't acknowledge these things and you don't know. I didn't know I had unworthiness in my belly, right? But when you start looking at the signs, you have to, yeah, you have to go there, right? So this next part, and let me get my notes. Uh-oh. Let me see. Okay. We talked about the signs of still carrying family wounds. We talked about feeling anxiety or tension when being home, reverting back to the old version of yourself, feeling responsible for managing everyone else's emotions, overthinking conversations, anticipating being hurt, feeling invisible and overlooked and unappreciated, especially if you're like the youngest, right? That happens. Um, the emotional crash that happens after you leave, the crying in the car and all of that. We talked about all that last show. Avoiding conversations was number nine. Number eight. Number nine was in just waiting for that comment, right? That's going to ruin everything. And feeling guilty about the boundaries and things that you set. And so going into part two is how to heal. Part three, excuse me, is how to heal the family wounds during the holidays. So we've talked about setting boundaries, right? Bishop talked earlier about, you know, being a helper. I call us the helper bees of the world. Being a helper, that always sets us up because we want to help, but people will use and abuse you. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes people take your kindness for weakness. And so setting just holy, healthy boundaries, honey. Again, boundaries are not disrespect. I've said this in every show because I need you to know if you don't take anything else away from this today, away from any show that I've ever done, honey, boundaries are not disrespect. They are protection, wisdom, and emotional stewardship. And so maybe you have to limit how long you stay at the gathering, right? We talked about this. Maybe you have to beforehand decide what topics are you going to discuss and what topics won't you entertain. Set it on the front side so that you know, okay, you don't have to get yourself all upset and riled up, right? Set it on the front side, mentally preparing an exit plan if the environment becomes toxic. Declining some invitations. Sometimes we know we feel like you have to go to everything and you can't, right? I feel like the devil is very strategic. And especially when you are, in those sensitive times, when you are in a depressed state or high anxiety, right? You're in those right the times where your mind can shift very easily. Something can happen and then you're down for 2, 3 days, 5 days, however long, because that sadness has overwhelmed you so much. So you have to just not even put yourself in certain situations, right? I know I've been doing this very intentionally now, and it makes a tremendous difference. It has made a tremendous difference, and I feel no guilt about it. So declining invitations that disrupt your peace without guilt. Boundaries do not punish others, they protect you. And that is again Proverbs 22:3. That is our scripture for this series. It is a prudent person foresees danger and hides himself. Proverbs 22:3. All right, number 2 is releasing expectations of who you hoped they'd be. If this is not one of the most important things that you will ever do, a lot of our pain comes from the fact that you are expecting change behavior from unchanged people. I think I said this before. I know that I have, but it is so important because that was one of the things that I was doing. And, one is you expect people to respond the way that you would respond, right? I was doing that a lot. And so I'm thinking, oh, I wouldn't do that, or I would say this, or I wouldn't say that, or whatever it is. And you're setting yourself up for failure, really. So wanting a parent to finally affirm you, we talked about this, hoping siblings will apologize, expecting a family member to stop gossiping, wanting people to see you as the adult that you've become. Because you will be surprised how many adult children are feel trapped, you know, in that parent situation. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but it is still going on, right? And so just releasing, you got to release. This says Jesus didn't entrust himself to everyone. John 2:24 says he knew what people were capable of and adjusted his expectations accordingly. Just releasing the expectation frees you from repeated disappointment. Somebody need that today. Number 3, practice emotional regulation during, before and during family gatherings. So you cannot control people, right? But you can regulate your emotions. Like, how are you going to respond? You can regulate your reaction. So these are some tools that you can do. One is breath work. We talk about this. It is very, very therapeutic. This helps with panic attacks. It helps when you're in a depressed state. It helps when you're at work and you need to just take a minute. Something, whatever's going on, any part of your day. It helps whenever you're feeling increased anxiety or overwhelm. Breath work. So you are inhaling peace for 4 seconds and exhaling the tension for 6. And so you're literally taking a breath. And I talk about this breath because it is just one of my favorite things to do. Just inhaling and just imagining. I just imagine God's love coming in, cleaning, wiping all of it clear. And then breathing it out, like just like it's a faucet, like it's God's living, breathing water just coming in, right? Refreshing, renewing, cleansing out all that clutter and all those bad thoughts, all those negative thoughts, all of the things, and then letting it come on and ooze on back out my nostrils, right? It's coming in and going out. And exhaling for 6. Grounding is putting your feet on the floor. Generally, it is the actual earth. But you can do this at home if it's cold outside or whatever, you can do it at home as well. But putting your feet on the floor. We talked about mirror work. Mirror work is looking in the mirror at yourself, in your eyes. Looking in your eyes. You are worthy of peace. You belong. You matter. We talked about journaling. We talked about doing a pre-prayer. So number 4, letting go without losing love. I believe this is where we were. Letting go without losing love. Letting go means releasing the need for approval or old emotional roles. This is huge. This is something that I struggled with for a while as well. So you can stop trying to fix the relationships people won't work on. I am a fixer, right? Some of us, we're fixers by nature. And so to be a fixer, you always want to fix the relationship. You want to be the first one to go. You want to be the one that, well, just forget it. You put your feelings to the side, all of those things. You just want it to be over. Let's come on. That's just what we need to do. Right. And sometimes that's good, family. So don't get it twisted. Like sometimes it's good. But when, again, like Bishop said, if it's affecting your spirit, if it's to the detriment of you, if you are feeling so heavy about all this because you're always fixing, you're always the one, then you're feeling some kind of way about it, that's your cue. Letting go without losing. You have to stop begging for conversations that never happen. You going to people. Sometimes what I found is people are so used to you being the one to come that they will manipulate. They will take advantage of that. They will wait for you purposely, right? To come, to shut you down, to close the door in your face, feel some kind of way about it. Like, I knew she was going to come. I knew he was going to come. I know, because they feel like they got you wrapped around their finger. And I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about family. I'm talking relationships, whatever it is. People do this. That's ego. And that's another conversation, right? But you have to stop begging for conversations that never happen. Accepting that some people love you in a limited way. And it's just an imperfect way, right? Giving them enough grace to understand, I don't know where they are in their mental state. Right? You don't know where they are in their healing journey. Did they even start a healing journey? Right? But Just accepting people for who they are. You know that these people are not going to change, or they haven't changed yet, right? So just if that's where they are, the only control that you have is the control over you. And stop forcing yourself into rooms God has released you from. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I said, stop forcing yourself into rooms God has released you from. I know for sure, honey, I will go back, go back, go back. Well, let me just see. Well, let me just. I've told the story before about leaving when me and my ex-husband was separating, and I took the block and came back around because I thought there's no way he's gonna let me leave. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna let me leave. And I circled the block and I come back around. And when I came back around, this man was in there dancing and singing and sweeping. You know, he was listening to Tupac. I'll never forget this. How do you want it? Mhm. Yeah, I know it's a gospel station, but that's what I see it and I hear it, right? Yes. In there sweeping, and I looked and something snapped. God is, and this is no shade to him. You know what I mean? We were babies. This man was 19, 20 years old, and he did what was best. Let me just say that too. He had enough courage to release me. He came home and said he didn't want to be married anymore, which I am grateful for today, right? So stop forcing yourself into rooms God has released you from. I had went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to make it work, trying. I don't know who this is for today. Trying to make it work, trying to make it work. Sometimes it's not supposed to work, right? Release yourself from that. Hebrews 12:1, lay aside the heavy weight, honey. Lay aside every weight. Love doesn't disappear, the heaviness does. Number 5 is invite God into every interaction. This is huge. I know for sure I'd invited him into some things. Everything? Not so much. Not every. Not everything, right? We invite them into some things. Immediately we'll start praying about some things. And then other things while we trying to fix it. Ask God for discernment. Pray before you walk in. Pray quietly during tough moments. Pray after you leave. I'm going to say it again. Invite God into every keyword, every interaction, every situation. Pray before you walk in. Pray quietly during tough moments. Pray after you leave. Ask God for discernment. What is this moment really about? I know a lot of times we think and we look at situations and we have to take a step back sometimes because what is being said, what is being done is not actually what's going on. How it looks is not actually what is happening. And you have to have a spirit of discernment to know, what is this moment really about? Asking God for wisdom. What do I say? What do I not say? Your girl was quick on the tongue. Quick with a comeback, honey. You know, when you've been bullied when you're little, I practice, the comeback is I'm comeback queen. My daughter, my oldest, Mama, you petty. Petty. Oh, come back queen, okay? Yes. Now I have to pause because when I tell you I was slice and dice you with my words, slice and dice you with a look. But definitely slice and dice you with them words, honey. Cut you up into little tiny pieces. Yeah. So wisdom, what do I say, Lord? What do I not say? And sometimes, it's just don't even respond. God has had me in situations where before I would have been out, I had to make people understand. I would have to, people have lied on me, and I would have to make sure people knew that wasn't true. And at this point in period of time in my life, and I thank God for the past few years, I have not had the desire. Because one thing is, I know for sure, if nothing else, God has been there the whole time. And he will fight your battles for you. I'm living and breathing it. So I don't have to, right? You don't have to always have a response. And for somebody that like newly diagnosed with ADHD, now I understand the impulsivity of me having to respond and just quickly and having that comeback. That's part of it, of having that comeback and just right? Restraint. Help me to respond appropriately and not just react. Compassion. We're talking about inviting God into every situation. Let me see the hurt behind their behavior. I talk about my demonic entity series very often because it is some of my proudest work. I mean, when I tell you the Lord, I came off of a 42-day fast and the Lord just gave me so many uploads that year. And it was very much, how does that fallen angels, them 200 angels that fell with the devil, that left with him voluntarily, how do they show up on this side of heaven? In unworthiness, in anger, in unforgiveness, right? All of the things. And so that series, I talk about forgiveness. And one of the things and the keys to forgiveness is compassion and looking at that person's story to understand who they are and why they respond the way that they do. Why are you acting like that? We don't come in this world that way. And having compassion for somebody's story. Let me see the hurt behind their behavior. It is amazing and it's life-changing when you take a moment to do that. I'm telling you, the people that you are the angriest with, and it's not justification. And again, it doesn't make it okay because you're still going to set your boundaries, right? But it does give you an understanding. Because I've had some people to do some things to me and I'm like, man, I didn't do anything to this person. Why are they behaving and acting like this? Why are they acting like? But to understand people and, get a glimpse into maybe their journey, to their hurt, to their pain and how it shows up. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It's life-changing. And then understanding that protection of guarding your heart from the old triggers. The scripture, James 1:5 says, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask God. And lastly, family, as we wrap up, it is healing exercises. Now, this is the holiday heart check. I want you to just pause and just reflect silently. Who do I need to forgive? Not for them, but for me. Where am I expecting people to be different without evidence? What boundary do I need to set this year? What emotion is setting already in my spirit? Fear, disappointment, grief. What story from my childhood am I still living in? And what do I need to release so that I can enjoy this season? And that is the word of the year, family. It is release. And so I pray that you are able to do that. I will see you guys in the new year. Oh, family, this has been another divine intervention. Thank you for tuning in to Reflections Choosing Me Guilt-Free with your girl, Miss Michelle D.I. Every week, we will have the uncomfortable but necessary conversations as it relates to your mind, your body, your spirit, and emotions. You suffered long enough. It's time to break free. So join me every Monday at 1 p.m. right here on KGLD Radio, where you can fill your spirit with gospel all day long. See you next week.